Hi everyone, in this video let's look at how can you do multi-channel packet capture using AirTool. So in the inbuilt Wi-Fi adapter, so with the AirTool natively you can take only single channel capture. But if you want to use a multi-channel capture, you need to have a remote device. So we are using a WLAN 5 as a remote sensor in this example. Now WLAN 5 can directly connect to using a USB cable to your laptop or capturing device, in this example MacBook, or you can directly connect it to the your wired network. So in my example, I'm using a WLAN 5 M4 plus, so it requires to be powered from a PoE device. So in that way, I just use wired connectivity to power that device. In that way, what you can do is, you have different other options available in the WLAN 5, different model available. So you can use any of these for this example. Only thing is you need to have a multiple wireless adapters attached to it. Now what I got in here, I have a WLAN 5 M4 plus, which has a inbuilt Wi-Fi 7 adapter. Now I have two Wi-Fi 6E adapters here. In that way, these two adapters are 6E and my inbuilt adapter is a Wi-Fi 7. Okay. In that way now, sometime you have to understand what are the traffic you are capturing, and then you have to choose the right adapters in your WLAN 5. In my example, because I don't have a USB Wi-Fi 7 adapters, in that way I have to use the 6E adapters. Now I will show you how to take packet capture, using AirTool, using WLAN 5 as a remote sensor with multi-channel packet capture. Now let me just go to the AirTool application, and then in here with the AirTool application you can see something called capture on sensors. So if you want to manage sensor or add sensor, so you basically go to your sensors section. You can add your devices, in that way. This is my IP address it got, and then I just give the port number 22. That's a sort of a detail given here. So IP address and the SSH port number. So now with that, probably, what we can do is, you should be able to go to multi-source capture, and if you're selecting like that, it will give the information here what to be captured. So now in here I have a three interfaces, WLAN 0, 1 and 2. The inbuilt adapter I am using for 6 GHz packet capture. So now these two adapters I'm using for 5 GHz, 80 MHz. If you look at my slide, those are the channel number I am using for these SSIDs. So now in here, let me just go back and show that. Probably that screen should be already there. Let me minimize this. Yeah, so in that way, this is so now you can see WLAN 0. I set to channel number 21, 80 MHz. Adapter number 1, 5 GHz, 80 MHz, and adapter number 2 I'm using for channel number 1, 20 MHz. Now if I select start capture, ideally this should basically start capturing on those three channels. Okay, so you can see packet being start capturing. So now what I'm going to do is I'll connect my client. Now how can you do that? Basically I'll leave the packet capture going and I go to my client device. This particular time I'm using that MRN PSK, which is like Wi-Fi 7 kind of SSID, which has a tri-band capability. That way I'm capturing all these three channels while this client trying to connect. You can see it's got connected, but if you look at the detail, NetSH WLAN show interface, you can see now he's connected PSK but look at the detail. He's connecting across channel number 21 on 6 gigahertz and channel number 149 in 5 gigahertz. That means this is a multi-link connection. So he's using AKM value 24 and GCMP 256 as a encryption cipher. Now, like I can stop the capture here. So you can see now all the 3 channels being captured. Channel number 149, channel number 1, channel number 121, all 3 channels being captured. Now if you go to the management frames, look at the association request, you can see there's a one association request. Client basically appear to be connecting on 6 gigahertz, but this should be a multi-link connection. I'm simply copying the client MAC address, copy this value and go back to my client filter and apply that MAC address to see the traffic for this client. Now you can see now traffic point of view, you can see client going through a SAE kind of authentication and then a request response 4-way handshake. Now in here, if you're wondering why there are 6 frames here, now client basically initially trying to connect using group number 20, 384-bit elliptic curve group, and then AP saying that authentication is rejected because offered cyclic group is not supported. AP saying he cannot do 384 elliptic curve, let's go with 256. Then client go back to 256 group. Then 2 commit messages and 2 confirm messages he's successfully associating. And in the association request message, if you look at the detail, you should be able to see the detail we look at from the client point of view. We looked at client basically connecting to using AKM value 24. In here, if you look at the AKM value number 24 being used. And then encryption cipher, pairwise cipher point of view, you can see he's using GCMP 256. Okay, this is what Wi-Fi 7 mandating. You have to use this encryption cipher and group numbers if you want to have a MLO connection. Now in this particular association request, you should have a multi-link element as well. You can see multi-link element. In this multi-link element, you can see he's basically already associating using 6 gigahertz. In the per station profile, he's basically telling that, hey, I want to establish the connection across 5 gigahertz as well. Now this is basically detail about a 5 gigahertz link ID 1. Like this is the sort of MAC address for the 5 gigahertz. So he's giving all the detail. So now that's basically VHT capability. That means 11 AC. That's what they're saying. This is capable of 11N and 11 AC. The 5 gigahertz kind of setup there. Okay. So now this is requesting, hey, can we do add 5 gigahertz to this multi-link operation? Okay. So anyway, now idea is basically to show you how simple is to take packet capture. That's the idea. So now if you have a WLAN PHY with the AR tool, you can very easily take packet capture, multi-channel packet capture. Okay, so let's go for the next video and talk about how can you do in a Windows operating system if you want to take packet capture. Let's look at next.